When we talk about preparing for fatherhood, I think we often think of the tactical things about being a dad. Learning how to change diapers or holding the baby or maybe which products to purchase. Those are all great, but you're going to be a baby changing expert after a few times. You'll be comfortable holding the baby pretty quickly. And all those products that you're so worried about, well, most of them don't really matter. In being prepared, I feel like the mental preparation or the mindset that we have going into fatherhood is the most important part about preparing to be a father. In this video, I'm going to go over 7 tips to get you ready to be a dad. Be sure to stick around till the end of the video because number 7 is the most important piece of advice to prepare for fatherhood. And I'm going to show you how you can get free access to my webinar class. If you are new here, welcome. I'm Jason Kreidman, creator of the Dad University Parenting Program. I help dads gain more confidence in their parenting, improve their mindset, and learn effective discipline strategies. Let's get to the tips. Number 1, talk with other fathers. You are not the only man to experience what you are feeling right now. Soon-to-be dads are often surprised at how common these feelings and experiences are. Talking to other fathers who are going through the same thing as you or have experienced what you are experiencing is very valuable. You are less likely to feel alone, and some of those uncertainties of fatherhood can then be explained. If your friends aren't fathers yet, then maybe you can talk to some family members or find a support group. Don't underestimate the power of a support group. Whether it's a local community or religious organization or an online support group, having that support from other fathers and discussing those difficulties that you're going through can be very, very valuable. Men love giving advice and telling you what they know. Especially if it's something difficult or maybe they made an impact or even if it was something negative, we just like to share our experiences. So get the advice and talk to other men so that you feel more comfortable about the situation. Number 2, get your finances in order. While this might not seem like it involves your mindset or being mentally prepared for fatherhood, it is. Financial stress is probably at the top of the list for many new dads. For many of you, this might just mean saving money. Stop spending money on stupid things or things that you don't really need. In the US, they say that a child up to age 17 costs $240,000. So you want to be prepared financially for this new child. Read books, watch videos, or even align yourself with an expert in this area. Maybe a financial planner or advisor. And finances can be complicated, so seek the help of a professional who can help you prepare for starting a family. Even if you are young and you don't have a lot of money or make a lot of money, it's still important to be smart financially. And this stuff can be pretty complicated to do on your own and learn on your own. So having somebody there who can help you and guide you along the way as you start a family is an important thing to do. In preparing for fatherhood, you might consider getting a better paying job now before the child comes. Or maybe you can work extra hours, or maybe there's a side hustle you can do to earn a little bit extra income. You want to reduce the potential stress that you may have later when the child arrives. Number 3, turn I have to into I get to. You might find yourself saying, I have to go to the appointments with my wife. Or I have to get this house ready when the baby comes. Or when the baby actually does arrive, you'll find yourself saying, oh, I have to feed the baby. Or I have to change the baby. When it comes to your child, you can begin to have a mindset shift by instead of saying I have to, you say I get to. When you say I get to, it creates an opportunity. This is showing gratitude for what you get to do. I talk a lot about gratitude in many of my videos, and we go into it in depth in my parenting program. Expressing gratitude can really impact the way that you live your life. You can't be grateful and be depressed at the same time. I've always said gratitude is the antidote for depression. You have been blessed with the opportunity to be a father. So instead of saying I have to, say, I get to. Number 4, check the influence around you. Motivational speaker Jim Rohn used to say, you are the sum of your 5 closest friends. Are you around people that make good decisions? Do they take good care of themselves? Do they treat other people well? If the answer is no to any of these, then you need to find new friends. When you're preparing to be a father, you might start looking more closely at the people and the world around you. Your environment becomes very important. The reason that some people are in your life may become less important. For example, you might have friends that are your party friends. Well, as you become a father, you might be less interested in partying. Let's hope so. Sure, those people might be fun to be around, but if your priorities change and partying isn't as important to you, then your environment is going to change. These are all individual decisions that you get to make. But you're going to want to look at, what does your future and your child's future environment look like? What type of environment do you want your child to be around? When you have a child, you're typically careful about who that child interacts with. So just be mindful about who your influences are around you. Number 5, be okay with mistakes. If you lack confidence, or are really hard on yourself, or are not okay with mistakes, it's only going to get worse when you have a child. So you need to curb that now. Mistakes are going to happen, and you're going to need to be okay with those mistakes. When we make mistakes, we accept them, we learn from them, and then we move on. In preparing for fatherhood, you have to check your ego at the door if you want to be successful. You are always learning as a father, and as a result, we all make those mistakes. You may hold the baby wrong, change their diaper incorrectly, dress them backwards, you name it, we all have done it. The mistakes that we want to try to minimize are the ones related to our mindset and how we raise our child. Making mistakes is just part of parenting. How are you supposed to know what to do if you have never done it before? This brings us to number 6, continue your dad education. While we might learn what to do and what not to do from our own parents and from other family members and friends, there is nothing quite like doing it yourself. I have always been amazed at how little education there is for fathers, and how few men seek out education for their parenting. Somehow we think that we'll just know what to do. But there are actually optimized ways of dealing with our children, and communication, and dealing with discipline, and all different aspects of parenting. There's actually techniques and skills that you can learn that can help you. I urge you to continue your dad education. In fact, I mentioned in the beginning of this video that I wanted to give you free access to my webinar class. I created a webinar, 6 proven strategies to be a better father. I'll put a link in the description below, and you can choose a time that works best for you. Okay, my last piece of advice in preparing for fatherhood, and it's the most important. Number 7, learn to be empathetic. Empathy means you are looking at the situation from the other person's perspective and feeling what it would be like to be them. Being empathetic will enhance the relationship you have with your partner. It will also improve the way that you parent and the way that you interact with those around you. Do not take this lightly. Empathy is a game changer. And the really cool thing about empathy is that you don't have to agree with what the other person is going through or talking about. You simply have to listen and understand and see it from their perspective. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to be on the same side. You're just hearing it and understanding it. I'll give you an example. Your partner's pregnant and not feeling well, and maybe her feet hurt. And so she comes home and she's complaining that her feet are hurting or swollen. And a typical response would be, well, hon, why don't you just go put your feet up? Sit and relax. Well, that seems like a good response that you're making that suggestion. She didn't ask for your advice. She didn't ask for your expert recommendation on what she should do. She was simply complaining about a situation that she's having. So an empathetic response would be, wow, I'm so sorry that your feet are swollen. That looks like it would be really uncomfortable. That's it. You're just acknowledging what she had said and understanding that that is what she is going through. You're not trying to fix it. You're not trying to give her advice or make recommendations. You're just acknowledging it, you hear her, and that you understand what she is experiencing. Getting along with your partner during this time is crucial, and being empathetic will absolutely help you do that. Being empathetic will also help you get ready for when the child arrives, because empathy with your child is going to be ever important. All of these tips and suggestions are designed to help you get ready to be a father. You are embarking on an amazing experience, and I just want to thank you for allowing me to be here along your journey. I would love to hear from you. When is your baby due, and what are you most excited about in becoming a father? Leave your feedback in the comments section below. Don't forget to sign up for my free webinar, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click on that notification bell. If you know anybody that might enjoy this video, please share it with them. We'll see you next time.